Hey gang, here we are, jumping into another draft. I was not going to be recording this evening, but opened up in a Johnny, so figured, why not? Let's get a draft rocking and rolling, see if we can't have some fun here. I hope sound levels are okay. Sorry, I had to double check while you're watching, make sure the sound is good, since I kind of started late. Yep, we're good on sound. Yahoo! Yay, a Johnny. If you watched my last video, you saw me play against Ajani, the bomb. What else is here? Mogus's Warhound, hopefully people take Swiftclaw, Trailblazer, Market Festival, Might Table, Warwing Siren. So at least one good card in every color, but we're not passing super strong guys in our colors. I mean, I'm definitely forcing green-white. I don't think that's necessarily correct, but that's why I went ahead and jumped on the green train. I think I'm going to grab this Font of Fertility. Maybe we can start getting some, good stuff deck. Strength of the Fallen's kind of a waste of time. Reviving Melody. Meh. Best card here might be the Blood Craze Hoplite or Pin to the Earth. I do like those. Thunderhoof would be fine, but I'm happy to take the font and try to go into 5-color good stuff with Ajani, Mentor of Heroes. Okay, awesome, great. We are back in our third pick, and we have Font of Fertility. Getting 2 online early and trying to force green is really nice. It's pretty much the same common run. The Gluttonous Cyclops was something else. It was the... Actually, it's not the same common run. Never mind. There's a combination of the 2-pack. Never mind. But Theory's Band Thunderhoof is also my pick. We're seeing some red open, which is fine. But taking this font means we can really start building a really fun, good stuff deck. So that's going to be our main priority. Be base green, 2 fonts, and just take the nut out of every single pack. Ooh, this is going to be fun. Okay, let's see. There's nothing overpowered in this deck that we want to necessarily grab. I could take the Market Festival, which continues to help us go down that line of ramping, fixing, and all of that. And I think I'm going to go there. I mean, at some point I need to actually take, Fortifiery things, Eagle the Watchy type things, or these Fairies Band Thunderhose, which are all going to be tabling a whole bunch. But I'm pretty happy to be picking these cards up in a not super strong pack at first with the 2 fonts. It might be wrong to take the Market Festival, but I think I do want one for the deck. I mean, the correct pick might be the Stonewise Fortifier, but the 2 fonts and the Market Festival really is what make this deck hum. So I'm gonna prioritize it for now. And then what, Deserter's Quarters might be good in the deck. We're going to be ramping quite a bit, so this will be a good removal spell. Ox could be fine at 6. Panoply I don't care about. Grim Guardian, maybe we're base green and control black, which is always quite nice. We'll be able to splash our white nice and easily. Gosh, I hope a Chromanticore comes around. That would make my day. Yeah, I want creatures at this point in the near future. I don't think I'm going to take the Deserter's Quarters. I think I want something more powerful. It might be easy to get online because we're going to be at 6 pretty quickly. But I think we're just going to take the Grim Guardian. We want to be controlled. We want to go late. Could be right to take just a random green card, but this is an earlier drop. Although Cast in the Darkness is also quite nice for that. I want a creature at this point. Just kind of start getting along those lines. Pin to the Earth is good as well. We're not seeing a lot of green. We're seeing this set of green, so we might be looking for green in our second pack, not in our third. Don't know. I think here maybe I do take Deserter's Quarters. Pin to the Earth being the best card, but it's not exactly the most amazing removal spell to be splashing with, and I want to be splashing the bombs, and this will be really easy to cast, and we should be able to ramp into 6 fast enough for Deserter's Quarters to be good. Ooh, Lucracota and Dryads are wonderful picks here. I'm leaning towards Dryads because it's a 3-drop, which is nice. Ravenous Lucracota, though, I think is a much better card. But yeah, I'm just going to go with... I mean, Oakheart Dryads is still very good. I'm just going to go ahead and take a curve consideration, though, instead of the Lucracota. Could be wrong. Could be wrong to be doing that. Happy to take another one. They go very well together. We might still... This is a pretty late fortifier, so white might actually be fairly open. I like that we're seeing green now, finally. I definitely want the Dryads over the Grove Dancer. I'm looking to kind of jump my 2-drop with Font of Fertility. Have that be my 2-drop slot, if you will. And just having a powerful 2/3 is really nice. Um, yeah, I'll take care of the Market Festival. I may not run two, but if there's nothing else in the pack, I'm not going to be playing red for Pensive Minotaur, so who cares? And we're just really set to play anything at this point. I'll take the Return Reveler. Maybe with this Grim Guardian, we're base green-black. Who knows? You know, heck, we won't. Sipping on some Nesquik chocolate milk. If I'm not drinking wine, I'm probably drinking whiskey. If I'm not drinking whiskey, I'm drinking chocolate milk. Pick. I'll take another Return Reveler over Rotted Hulk. Knowledge and Power. Who cares? Who cares about it? All right, and one of those Thunder Heroes, as we thought, kind of came back. Although Rise of the Eagles could be good here. We're ramping in pretty hard. No, I'm fine taking just a random 5-drop. That's a 3/4. We don't really have ways to target, and we probably won't be, so maybe I don't want it. Nah, it's just green. I like having green. Green's good. Cool. We have a lot of dirtily kind of late-game creatures. I don't really care about a lot of 2-drops, but they're fine on where the picks were at the point. I like having these as our 3s. Fine to have Market Fest. Another Deserter Quarters. Probably not going to play 2. Glad I didn't take it when I was considering. I forget what I picked over it, but whatever. And now we're just going to pick the best cards out of every pack. And go for it. We're gonna go for it. Oh, Johnny, you silly planeswalker. Alright, what is the best card out of this pack? Bolt! Alright, I'll take Bolt. It's not entirely the kind of like bomb that you're looking for to be splashing, especially double red, so I'm curious if we're actually going to be able to cast it that regularly when you need it. But because it's 3 damage, I think it's relevant enough to grab. Also, our only real other card to take would be what? Noble Quarry, which is fine, but this really isn't the deck that's like going to abuse it. Although, I mean, we're still ramping no matter what, so it's going to be easy to get to 6 mana. But I think I just want to take powerful cards and see where I go. At this point, I think I have enough of a shell where it's just take the most powerful card of the pack and or green cards. There you go. Sunstorm could be nice too, though. Maybe Sunstorm's better, actually. No, because I don't really know what kind of deck I'm going into. We're just looking for raw, standalone power. Vanguard, though, is not what I want, because it is double early white. When you see Rider, be fine. I'm definitely playing some kind of white. Maybe we take the Siren of the Science Song, which is really nice. The problem is I'm looking for more of those late game, like 7-drop big stuff kind of decks, not necessarily just like good efficient creatures, if that makes sense. Like, we want to be ramping, we want to be going big, getting 5-drops and above that are like really strong. So I don't know how much I want this Siren of the Silent Song. Could just be better just to go ahead and take a 2-drop here in white. No, like I said, we're just going to take strong cards, kind of see where we go. Ooh, Archetype. Maybe I do start taking some double... I mean, I want to be playing fairly, easy white anyway. But no, we're going to take Thunderbrute. Again, the point was just to grab big guys. So Thunderbrute's super powerful. We should be ramping into them fairly quickly. So we're ready. If we stay on this black-green sort of start, like I think we have enough going for us that we can start doing some pretty nasty big things. Demlock we can take. Nyxborn Wolf is a little bit better, but we might get it because it's a common. And again, being able to ramp pretty quickly means this is going to be fine. And we actually have 2 nice 3-drops already. We're going to have plenty of 5s. Yeah, I think I want the Nyxborn Wolf here, just for versatility. Yep. And that's kind of weird, because normally you would just take the nice, more powerful card. We'll take the Wayfinder for sure here. There's nothing really strong. Servant could be good, but I do want to prioritize green, and this helps with the fixing as well. I'm kind of bummed we haven't hit any other big bombs. Don't know if this Siren of the Silent Song is going to be played, because I wouldn't just splash blue for it. But, I mean, with what we have, it should be fine. I was saying about the Nyxborn Wolf, though, is generally you just want to take that other 5-drop, even though 5-drop slot will be kind of like gluttonous in any format. But since we're going to be very gluttonous and just kind of probably taking any 5 that we like we can take a Pinnacle here. We're already doing the double red thing. I take another Wayfinder, though I think that's kind of overkill at that point. Yeah, 2 drops are fine in case we don't draw our fonts, and this does help us continue to fix our mana. Occult's a strong card, but not in our deck, of course. We're not going to have any devotion. Pinnacle, though, I think I like. I do want to be kind of heavy in the 6-drop slot. If we're already looking to do double bolt, then that's perfectly a-okay with me. Versus another Wayfinder. Yeah, but I just don't think we need this kind of effect. Like, I actually think... no, Pinnacle Rage, no, it's good. This is the deck to play it, right? That's the whole point, is to play that kind of card. Yeah. This is bad. This is a 2-drop that might be played. This is a sideboard card that might be played. Yeah, in case we go base red, you know, maybe not care about our black since we haven't seen a lot of good black. Maybe I just play the regular, because I mean, right now we could just easily be playing green, red, and splashing these other colors. Right now, I mean, all we're splashing is white. We haven't even gotten, like, some of the really insane cards. Whelming Wave, Sky Raping, what a waste. Servant Timorant, kind of makes me want to stay back to black. That's a good late game card. Blink. Ashiok's Adept is certainly a thing. Question is, do I want a Comic Trick? It's indestructible. The white one's better. Yeah, I don't really need a 1/3, and I'm not looking to be doing a lot of targeting. I think just for versatility of my sideboard, this isn't a great card, but in case I need combat tricks, I'll play the Mortal's Resolve, and it is, of course, green. But the fact that we have a lot of, in my opinion, better 3-drops than Ashiok's Adept, I'll go ahead and diversify. Sun Guide's a good pickup. Only this late, because I'm not too sure what I want my base second color to be. Probably none of these are being played. Maybe the Disciple is good. Maybe. Dreamfinder, if we magically have a lot of enchantments. We already have 4 that we kind of care about, but they're not really going to be dying in important ways. Like, once I've blown the font, I'm not really wanting to buy it back with Dreamfinder, but maybe I do. Let other people play the dorks. This might round out the curve if we go base white. Okay, let's just open some, like, big high drops. We haven't really been able to abuse the fonts or the Market Festival at all. So yeah, let's make these dreams come true. Let's open Elspeth. That is kind of greedy, considering. But aren't they like, you know, best brohams? Johnny and Elspeth? Aren't they like a duo? I haven't actually read the flavor story, but they seem to really like each other. They seem to be okay. Lightning Strike, slamming. No green cards. Wavecast Shrine's good, but not on my deck. I'm not really bestowing. Yeah, I just want a nice removal spell. Thank you. What else you got for me? Big old dudes. Alright, what's being played right now? I have like one kind of like solid-y card in white. I mean, not including Johnny, because that could be splashed no matter what. But just the Sun Guide at 2. But I don't care as much about it. It looks like we're kind of more base red than anything else. So this Keepsake Gorgon, we're slamming. It's exactly the kind of card I'm looking for. Griptide would be good as well, but not as good as the Keepsake Gorgon. And that makes me kind of push back into like a black-green base and just kind of like having red being the 3rd color that we're kind of splashing and ramping with. But yeah, Keepsake Gorgon for sure is the power level we are diving into. That means Sun Guide and Great Heart aren't the current interests in any way, shape, or form. Don't really know what I'm doing with the Deserter's Quarters, but I'm pretty sure at least one's going to be played. That's not going to be played. I'm not doing a Minotaur thing. We could take the Glare for the sideboard. Another big old double red drop is kind of cool. I just don't know. I mean, playing a bunch of double cards on the, you know, cast anything game plan can be a little bit tricky. But we're already planning on playing enough mountains to make double red happen. This is a strong card. There's nothing else for us in the pack, so we'll take it. Ooh, Farika's Mender, Nylea's Emissary, Hopeful Eidolon, Sedge Scorpion, Nessian Courser. Goodness gracious. There's so much going on in this pack. What do I want? Definitely want Mender over the Emissary. Question is, do I need some more consistency on my early green drops? And that's going to be based on what is my actual base colors, I should say. Well, I'd love for one of these to table. Every card here except for the Coastline Chimera is playable, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's actually a decent... No, March the Return I didn't notice. I know, but if green's open enough, I could just grab it. I think I'll take the Mender here. Yeah, I think we're basically doing green, black, red, plus a splash of white. Yeah. Hopeful Eidolon's really nice, too. But the Mender should be nice with such great different cards that we're going to be having in our deck. As in, like, you know, there's so many great creatures, and maybe even getting the font back if we're having trouble with some splash. If we didn't get our second mountain or something. Could work out. Scholar's kind of nice in this deck, right? Already splashing white, get that guy down, and then start going off with all of our spells. Thunder Hooves I care the least amount about. We're definitely not playing the Sphinx. I don't think the Siren is what this deck wants. Here's our current 23 playables. We only have 12 creatures. Good removal. Ill-Tempered Cyclops would work. We're going to have plenty of red. The thing is, we're kind of low on the green, right? And that can be scary. We need that to be fairly consistent. We have to have enough green to get our 4 fixers down. But I'm going to give her a try. Could have been right to take the Scholar there. Not entirely sure. Agent could be okay, but we're actually good on our 3-drops. It's like where all of our creatures are. And I don't really care about the unblock. Well, maybe Observant Alciad is good? Nah, who am I kidding? Sea God's Revenge. Let's get another color on board. We're the 2 market festivals, right? The thing is, am I okay not playing any islands and just playing Sea God's Revenge off of the market festivals? Yeah, I think so. Definitely more than Triton Tactics. Another Keepsake Organ? Yes, please. Definitely a yes, please. Way more than Savage Surge. Alright. Travis Amulet, do I need that? I don't know. I'm at 26 cards right now. If we hide the Deserter's Quarters, the Mortal's Resolve. Leaves us with just 2 removal spells. We're probably not playing both Returned Revelers. We're probably cutting the Pinnacle of Rage and/or, I mean, one of the double reds. I don't want that many double reds. Something like that. I'm tempted to play the Travis Amulet and just play, you know, because I don't think I want any. We'll take this Horizon Scholar. Freaka's Cure, if we're base black anyway, is kind of nice. Yeah, I like that. Scourge Mark, Set a Rambler. I'll take the Hedonist in case I end up wanting more 2s in green. I already have a Rambler set aside. Boulder Fall's an option. We're going to be able to play 8. But I think we have enough happening in our deck that we don't need to grab a Boulder Fall. There's a lot of power going on here. Yeah, not too sure how I want to build this deck. What else you got for me, guys? Guess none of these really matter. Unknown Shores is interesting. Since we're definitely ramping, the drawback isn't going to be super horrible. Unless it's early on. Who am I kidding? I'm not playing the Minotaur, but still. There's no way I'm playing that. They're atrocious land. Do I care about this blue level? I like how easy these are to cast. Return Phalanx could just make it. I mean, we pretty much kind of landed in a solid green-black build. Where if we prioritize our lands that way, and just put in like 1 plains for our 2 fonts and our 2 market build, then we're going to have basically 5 white sources to get our Ajani, right? And then we can just play, you know, a couple of mountains as well, and, you know, 1 island also, in however we end up building the deck. Kind of like that. And it should be fairly smooth with our 2 Hedonistes, our 2 fonts. I could see getting into an awkward position if I'm only having 1 plains in my deck. I play my Satyr Wayfinder, a plains, like my second, mountain that I also wanted for a card in hand, but not a Johnny. And then I have to, basically I'm forced to take my single plains. Otherwise I have to wait and draw Market Festival. I mean, I'm just, overthinking this way ahead of time, but here you go. Cool, this was fun. I'm by no means, an expert drafter in this kind of a deck, but it was really enjoyable just trying to expand it. I'm going to see if I can actually play this deck or not. And you guys can tell me in the comments how you would have drafted this guy differently. Okay, so here is the initial build with our base green-black with our white splash. And right now I only have the 2 red single mana guys in here. I'm going to put in these. I think it's very easy to run this build with our 2 Market Festivals and our 2 fonts. We only need 1 red, 1 plain, or 1 island at any given time. If we were to run 1 of each in the deck plus a normal split of green and black, we would be perfectly okay with this deck, and we're at 22 playables. So really the question is, can I strain the mana enough to do double red? I think this deck can support it, but I don't think the deck needs to do that. I think we have quite a lot of power level here with our 2 removal spells. I mean, our 5 and above slots are just insane. This is a great 4-drop, and even if it comes down a little bit later, just being able to monstrosity it with ease is really nice. I think what I'd rather have is the Deserter's Quarters, which is actually going to be a pretty decent removal spell because we're going to have plenty of mana to get to 6 pretty early. I don't think I want these 2 Returned Revelers. Again, I mean, this is what we're doing on turn 2 most of the time, or maybe even playing the Deserter Quarters. And the Returned Revelers really isn't our strategy isn't to go late till we hit our lands, it's to ramp till we hit our lands. So I think we can pretty safely at least get rid of 1. And then the question is, what else do we play? Do we play another Deserter's Quarters? Do we try messing around with the Siren and the Silent Song? I don't think so, because this card really is just best when it's on turn 3 or 4. And that could certainly happen, but having the double cast there is kind of hard. Maybe it's we want to put a Stone Shock Giant or the Thunder Brute. Just a nice, really big, powerful card. Or maybe just the 2-for-1 in the Pinnacle of Rage. Again, I'm a little wary of the double red. I think the Bolt is not what I want to play. It's definitely best when you can have access to it on turn 3. And we're not going to reliably do it because it is probably going to be like this. And if that's the case, I think I'm much more interested in just being able to monstrosity our Keepsake Gorgon and ramp that to 7 and have that be our removal spells, or just play a double red. Yeah, I think I'm going to play 1 more double red spell and see how that goes as kind of my experiment to see if I can do it. Also, we could just play Immortal's Resolve as just a random kind of shenanigan combat trick going on. But I think Stone Shock Giant's going to be the way to rock it. It gets bigger. I mean, it's not going to be hard to get to 8 mana. It's more about the double red. So being able to have that monstrosity huge is pretty cool. That being said, though, if we can ramp this early, getting a 5/5 out on turn, 4 or 5 rather, is pretty nice. No, I think I still like the Stone Shock Giant a little bit more. Could be wrong. I don't know what this last card should be. I don't know. We do have some nice sideboard options with our random 2-drops if we really feel like we need that. But I think with all of our 3s and these 2s, we have what we want to be doing in our deck. Could even play Return Centaur just to smooth out our creature base and our consistency, but I want to be greedy. I don't want to play any awesome cards, right? Let's try the Stone Shock Giant. Let's see how that works with the double red. Not too sure. It'll be an experiment. I like that. Alright, what an interesting mana base we have here. 1 plains and 1 island is perfect for what we're doing with our blue and our white. 3 mountains seems a bit excessive. I think 2 is good, so we can go grab 1 and have the Market Festival. That does mean we're really reliant on having a Market Festival in play to play our Stone Shock Giant. plus a mountain mayhap. So maybe I do want 3. I'm not too sure. I think we're good with having 8 forests. We need to have at least 1 forest to get our fonts and everything down. So I don't want to spread myself out super duper thin. The swamps we do kind of want early. We do want more than just 1 or 2, but we might be able to grab them. Yeah, maybe I'm maybe being a little too greedy with the Stone Shock Giant now that I'm looking at the mana base. Because I wouldn't mind having a something a little more along these lines, or even adding a swamp here for the mana. And having 1 swamp, or having 1 mountain is kind of okay. We don't need a lot of double green. We just need to be able to get it early to get our fonts online. So I think 8 is perfectly fine, which means I want to go up to 6 on swamps, which is nice mainly for our cures. And we do have a lot of early drops that we may not have our fonts blown yet until we find our fonts, because we only have 2 of these. I think I like this mana base. It's really just a question of then, does this Stone Shock Giant make it? And I don't think it does. So I think we're going to readjust a little bit. I think we do play maybe this Mortal's Resolve. I gotta watch my time here. The Fairies Band Thunderhoof could be okay, but at 5, that's not what I want to be doing. Yeah, I don't really know what I want to do here. Bummer. Super duper bummer. This is the mana base, I decided. And therefore, I play 1 more creature, and it's the Returned Reveler, just to help us. Yeah, I'm doing it. We'll see how this goes. It's an experiment, and it's fun. See you in round 1.